evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to the Red Zone here at Hicksville High School. Tonight, the Lady Aces will be entertaining the Wayne Trace Lady Raiders here in the could be the battle for the league championship. They'll have they haven't a game with Ayersville yet, and that would be, academic
if they manage to win here tonight, then if they lost to Ayersville next week, it would be a huge shocker. Of course, we're talking about the varsity, and that'll be coming up here on our coverage a little bit later. First off, though, we do have the junior varsity girls that are going to take to the floor, and this is big for them too, Jim. Obviously, there's no love lost between the Wayne Trace Raiders and the Aces. Let's just
and anybody else
put it that way, and so.
Okay, starting lineups. They give you Wayne Trace. They are the Wayne Trace Sin team when you come to the varsity. They got 8 of them on the varsity.
Yeah.
Starting the first one, it's Tiffany Sin, number 3. Number 5 is Katie Stoller. Number 21 is Katrina Stoller.
Like
and
hurricane.
25 is Kennedy Dagger. And 35 is Sarah Edwards. For Hicksville, they start Riley Figgins. Number 5, number 10 is Noelle Nuttall. Number 12 is Maddie Eicher. Number 20 is Kennedy Phillips. And number 25 is Kelsey Monroe. So players are on the floor.
Yes, indeed. Oh boy, Eicher and Phillips, a couple of freshmen that have made their mark here. They've been getting some notice on the varsity squad as well. So,
yeah, Phillips especially. She's really come on because she's had to handle the ball and bring it up the floor all the time. So she's become pretty fair ball handler.
She was kind of when Kennedy Valena got her injury that pretty much sidelined her for the season.
Yes.
She needed to step up, and she sure did.
Yes, she did.
So Figgins.
No. She comes out with the ball. Kennedy has it. Sent across to Maddie Eicher in the corner to Noelle Nuttall. Nuttall brings it around and gives it to Phillips. Eicher gets the ball, goes to the wall, lays it up, and it's short. Rebound pulled off by Wayne Trace.
Katrina Stoller. We got 2 Stollers out there, so.
Shoot from the outside. It's no. Phillips comes off with a rebound. She's trapped in a corner. It's going to end up Wayne Trace with the ball.
She was trapped down in the corner, and I don't think anybody noticed, and she didn't have anybody coming up to help her for a while. So.
So bring it around. Stoller, Sins, Stoller. 21's Katrina Stoller. Sin with the ball, pass inside, gets it out to Kennedy Dagger. Ball rebounded by Katrina Stoller. Shot from the corner is no good, and rebounded by Maddie Eicher. Maddie from outside, it's no good.
Short.
Rebound goes to Figgins, gives it to Monroe, and Monroe's shot is off of Wayne Trace player's hand, and it'll be Hicksville ball out of bounds.
I don't know whether it was an intentional heads-up play or not by Nuttall, but she did a good job getting her arm in there and then flipping that ball off the Wayne Trace Raider defender. So the Aces retain their possession.
Nuttall in the lane, 8-footers missed. Monroe chased Christina Stoller down the length of the floor with her hand on her side, and she missed the layup. Aces have the ball. Phillips over to Nuttall, to Monroe. Out front, Phillips. To Eicher. Hiker holding the ball. Gives it up. Nuttall picks it up. Gives it to Phillips, and the ball is knocked away from her by Sin. Pass out on top to Nuttall. Hiker with the ball. Looks, gives it to Phillips. Hiker fakes a shot, goes into lane, 12-footer is good.
Go. First points of the night go to the Aces and Maddie Hiker.
Sarah Edwards gives it off. Sin has it. Outside to Katrina Stoller, who's got 3. Somebody got to move.
Timeout called by the JV coach of Hicksville.
Had to call timeout or else it was going to be a 5-second count on the inbounds. You got to get something to get an inbounds play.
So far, both these teams are kind of getting the feel of each other and testing and so forth. Not a lot of offense. I mean, moving the ball up and down the floor, but again, just a 3-2 game here as we're just about halfway through this first quarter. So,
Patience Salisbury comes off the bench to report.
of course, this is the first of 2 games here tonight. The big matchup, of course, is going to be the varsity contest. As the Aces, another really good girls basketball season going. Get the first round bye on the tournament draw. We can talk about that in the pregame of the varsity contest.
So the Aces have the ball, take it out of bounds under Wayne Trace basket.
You get it in bounds.
Noel Nuttall down the floor,
Nope.
and it's thrown away by Figgins.
Story's going to check in for Figgins.
Wayne Trace with the ball. Sin from outside.
Bingo.
Gets another 3. Tiffany Sin with the 3.
Makes it 6-2. Salisbury with a high dribble and loses the ball.
And throws it away. Bounce pass down underneath the basket. Kicks it back out to Sin.
Oh.
And a 2-pointer by Katrina Stoller. She's got 5 in the game. And we have a foul. She was hanging on the arm.
That'll be the first one of the night. I think that's going to be on Sin. Yeah.
Eicher reporting back in. Patience will leave.
Bounce pass into Eicher. Eicher is trapped on the sideline.
Sin with the ball. Outside. Edwards with the shot, hits nothing but the floor.
The Aces are really going to maybe need to make an adjustment taking the ball up the floor, Jim, because that's the second or third time now that they've ran into that 2-3 on one trap over on the far sideline.
The ball's supposed to come, if they do it right, it comes to the middle of the floor, right there. And she got fouled by Sin.
That'll be Sin's second. So 2 quick personals on Tiffany Sin.
Mallory Peter coming into the game for Monroe.
And the Raiders without, they don't really have a deep bench. They've only got they only have 8 people total here tonight on the JV squad.
Oh, too much mustard on that pass.
It's off the tips of the fingertips of Phillips.
Sim Crosby, new player in the game for Wayne Trace, number 14. Sim to Crosby. Sim back in the corner.
Good look.
No good. Ball coming out. And I believe Nuttall was fouled.
That'll be number 3 on Tiffany Sin. And she will come out of the game. We may not see her till the second half.
So Eicher will inbound the ball. Is it Nuttall down low? Peter in the corner. Eicher jumper is good. Wow, way to go, Maddie.
Makes it 8-4. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Edwards pass in the corner, goes to Stoller.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders.
Stoller will inbound it. Is it into Whitman? Stoller into Wayne. Ball tied up.
I think that should go to the Raiders. But we'll wait for the official word. Yep, that's what I thought. Half a minute to go. Wayne Trace with the ball.
Shot put up. Wayne Trace rebound. Phillips out in front to Nuttall, and she can't control it.
Well, goes tumbling out of the doors, out into the commons a little bit.
5 in the game.
Katie Stoller. Whitman will sit down and catch her breath. And it looks like Keysbury getting ready to check in for the Aces if she has time at the end of the quarter.
Shot partially blocked and no good. So at the end of the first quarter of play, it is Wayne Trace 8 and the Lady Aces 4.
So we've got the first 6 minutes in the books, and we'll take some time here between quarters to say a big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters making our coverage here from the Red Zone possible tonight. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. I want to say a huge thank you to both Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford. Their underwriting support makes it possible for us to be here bringing you Aces basketball action on Hicksville Community Television. We want to thank them so very much for their continued support of our Aces athletic broadcast. And we remind you, if you're in the market for a vehicle, whether you want one that's brand new or pre-owned, be it car, truck, van, or SUV, you owe it to yourself to stop by and check out the great selection that they have on the lots at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships here in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, the Jim Schmidt truck lot, and of course you can check out the entire dealer inventory from all the dealerships online at jimschmidtauto.com. Going to be a red out night here tonight in support of the Lady Aces, so Probably see a lot of people blending in with the bleachers over on the far side. Even our camera, even Ben's all decked out in red from
Wow.
his head to his toes.
Way to go, Ben.
So we've got Klima in now for the Lady Aces, along with Keysbury, Eicher, Phillips, and Story on the floor.
Phillips shot from outside, off the rim. And Wayne Trace on the run. Katie Stoller with the layup miss, and she was fouled.
Sam Klima. Getting team foul number 1 for the Lady Aces. She hits it.
Got them both. 10-4.
Slapped out of bounds down in the corner.
Hey,
No!
she was gritting her teeth.
She couldn't believe it. If that had gone in, she would have never lived it down.
No, she wouldn't have. She would have been called wrong way forever.
Wrong way, Eicher. Thank goodness it was a miss.
Yes. Shot
She was
was off.
probably wondering why she had such a good look at the hoop.
Yeah, nobody was in front of her.
Ball loose, scooped back up by Katie Stoller. The Lady Raiders will set their offense again.
Nope.
Oh,
Crosby throws the ball across the floor and into the bleachers.
and Maddie Eicher's going to come out briefly.
With embarrassment on her
Oh,
face.
my goodness. And that's going to be over the hands of Monroe. Minute into the second quarter here. Aces down by 6.
Crosby with the ball in the corner. Goes to Stoller. Out front, Sarah Edwards. Edwards with the ball. Stoller with the ball, sorry. Goes around the other side. And
Jump
the
ball.
is tied up.
That should go, I think, to the Aces.
Yep, the light
Nope.
goes the other way.
Well, that's right, because the Aces had the ball to start the quarter, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I think that's going to be Keysbury.
Yep.
Pick up her first personal. And team foul number 2. for
Katie
the Lady
Stoller
Aces.
to inbound the ball sometime now. Shot put up and missed. Get it out. Keysbury down to Nuttall. Nice move.
Oh, Noelle Nuttall doesn't get the layup, but draws the foul. 25. Dagger. Or Dagger.
Nuttall at the line.
In and out.
Second one is missed also. Whitman with the rebound. Ball up the floor. Stoller has the ball knocked away from her. Wayne Trace inbound.
Ooh.
Holy smokes, she was clear downtown.
That's
Katrina Stoller.
8 points now for her. Rowe in trouble. Manages to get out of the double team. She's going to pull up and take the shot. No good. Klima saves it. Gets it back in to Phillips.
Shot put up by Monroe is missed. Nuttall gets the rebound. Phillips back to Nuttall. Klima with the ball inside, and she is hacked. Get your choice.
Is it 35 or is it going to be 21?
35.
Edwards picks up her first and team foul number 5 for the Raiders.
Klima at the line for a pair. There's one. Figgins back in the ball game for Serenity Keysbury. Klima is 2 for 2 at the line.
It's at a 13-6 game.
Crosby missed the shot. Stoller got the rebound, missed the shot, and it's going to be a jump ball.
That one should go to the Aces. Travel or a foul or double dribble. It was something. I could hope that maybe it was caused by one of the defenders, but no so.
Crosby with the ball. Gets it out, back to Crosby. Going back around. Stoller. To Stoller. To Crosby. To Stoller. Goes inside.
Oh. Stolen right back.
Stoller with the rebound. Got the shot from outside. It's no good. Rebound. Nuttall. Picks up the loose ball. Up to Monroe. Phillips. 2 minutes. Look at it.
They've been coming mighty close, and they finally able to pick off one of the passes.
And Stoller's shot from 3 is hitting the floor again.
Air ball.
Klima and Phillips come out.
Thomas in the game. And another pass across court that's about a foot too high.
An errant pass again.
Salisbury into the game along with Peter for the Aces. Katie Stoller will have a seat for the Raiders.
probably the shortest pass in the world.
Credit to the Aces getting in there and getting their hands on the ball, tying it up.
Katrina Stoller to inbound it. Edwards. I'm telling you one thing, they're not afraid to put it in the air.
Nope. They have nothing. They line up and they shoot. Aces ball on the possession arrow. Inbounds to Salisbury. Eicher, and she's going to get fouled.
Katrina Stoller will pick that one up.
That'll be her first, and that's team foul number 6.
With 1 minute remaining in the half. Whitman knocks it out of bounds.
Stay with the Aces. Nope.
Katrina Stoller, the length of the floor, lays it up and good. She has 10. Whitman
Inbound
intercepted.
stole.
Crosby in the corner. Back to Crosby. Stoller with it. Crosby inside the dagger. Shot's no good. Rebound.
Figgins. Peter. Timeout. Second timeout of the game. Quick 30-second. Called by the Aces bench. They're trailing by 9, 15 to 6. And again, not a lot of time left in the half, so another foul committed by the Raiders will put the Aces in the bonus, but there won't be enough time for them to be able to really capitalize on that should it happen. Hicksville's only committed a couple of fouls in the first half, so they're in no danger of sending the Lady Raiders to the line. And you're right, Jim, if the Lady Raiders JV squad could increase their percentage from the field just by a little bit, this game would already be pretty much out of hand for the Lady Aces. Long inbounds.
Stoller comes out with it. Drives in, misses the lay-in.
Draws the foul.
Serenity, nope. Number
41,
Salisbury. Patience. It's either Serenity or Patience.
Put together the mellow team with Patience and Serenity. And that one's good for Stoller.
And you missed the second one. Eicher comes off with it. Back in the middle of the floor. Shot put up. Good.
Thank goodness for Maddie Eicher here tonight.
Yes. Shots up, no good. Stoller shot, no good. And that's the end of the first half with Wayne Trace leading the Aces 16-8.
All right, we've reached halftime of the junior varsity game. Jim and I are going to step aside, but we invite you to stay tuned because we will be back. And we'll have all the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV. back to the Red Zone. We are at halftime, and in case you are just joining us, halftime score, the Girls Junior Varsity basketball action here tonight has the Wayne Trace Raiders leading the Aces by 8, 16-8, our halftime score. And Jim, not a lot to talk about unofficial scoring in the first half. For the Aces, I guess, as we said near the end of the half, thank goodness for Maddie Eicher tonight. She accounts for 6 of the 8 Hicksville points with their 3 buckets for 6 points in the first half. And Sam Klima got the other 2 with a couple of free throws made. For the Lady Raiders, one in double figures already, Katrina Stoller, who had 2 threes, 2 twos, and a free throw. So she's sitting with 11 points. Aside from that, 3 points for Tiffany Sin from a 3-point shot, and a couple of points off a couple of free throws for Katie Stoller. So the Stoller girls got 13 of the 16 points for the Raiders. And we should mention, too, that Tiffany Sin set out a lot of the first half because she racked up 3 pretty quick fouls.
Yes, she did.
Near the end of the first quarter. So she's the only player really in any kind of foul trouble.
Yeah, there hasn't been, 5 fouls called the whole game so far.
Like I said, they had 16 fouls
for
for the Raiders in the first half.
2,
and
3.
For the Aces, I had us down for 3, Hicksville used a couple of timeouts in the first half, and the Raiders didn't stop the clock one time. And it looks like Wayne Trace will have the ball to start the third quarter.
The official out there talking with Maddie about something. Got her laughing.
Probably reminding her which end of the court is.
Yes, we'll point for you. Okay, Wayne Trace with the ball, Sin with the ball. She's back on the floor. And Nicole Nuttall steals it. Gives it to, wow, there's another one. Patience. It took patience, and she got a 2. Sin in the corner, Edwards. Down inside, it goes to Whitman. Edwards gets the ball around. That Sin rolls it down. She's got 5 in the game.
18-10 now.
Nuttall, ball tapped away. Eicher gets it from her. Eicher gets close, pulls it back out. Salisbury to Nuttall. To Eicher, gonna shoot a 3. Ooh, came up a little short. Sin with the rebound up the floor. Over in the other corner, Stoller pass down low to Whitman. Whitman's first 2.
Jump ball, and
Wink.
that'll go to the Raiders.
Nuttall sat down in the end zone. It's going to go to the Aces.
The Aces, okay. Must have been out of bounds and not a jump ball.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Good inbounds
nice
to Nuttall.
play.
Yep.
foul on number 3 again.
That's 4 on Miss Sin.
This must be a fouling machine. So Nuttall will shoot a pair. Got
There
one.
we go. Noel will have one more. Jason Cayley coming over to watch the game tonight. Having a seat in the student. Can't miss that head of hair.
Yeah.
Oh, deflection right into the hands of Nuttall. Her shot's no good. Ball loose on the floor. The Raiders come up with it.
Get it out. Katie stole her shots. Blocked
by Klima, and now will be a jump ball.
It's going to stay here.
And as I mentioned before, the possession arrow points to the Raiders. And so here comes Phillips and Monroe and Keysbury in. And Figgins and Klima and Salisbury come out.
Sim gets it in.
Too much on
Ball
it.
is stolen by Nuttall. Gives it to Phillips. She's shooting three.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Kennedy's first points of the night.
Makes it a 20-14 game.
Edwards from out front. It's no good. Sin gets the rebound, pulls it back out. Sin in the lane, drives all the way, lays it in, and it's good. 7 for her.
Iker going to draw the foul. I think that's going to be on, say, 25.
Yep.
Deeker. Her second. Team foul number 2 in the half, I believe. Addie Iker, nothing but net. Should get one more.
Crosby coming into the game. And Iker gets the second one. 8 points for Maddie.
Makes it 22-16.
Edwards off the rim. Monroe with the rebound.
Out of bounds.
Wayne Trace out of bounds to Hicksville.
Stay with the Aces.
Crosby takes the ball away. And we're going to have a time called to protect the ball. 22-16 with 2:31 remaining in the third quarter. Wayne Trace still with the lead, but Ace is sneaking up on him.
Yep, they close the gap to 6. And by my reckoning, the scoreboard is off. I'm pretty sure the Raiders should have 2 team fouls. I thought that Tiffany Sin picked one up, and then Kennedy Dager got one.
That's true.
So I think they're behind.
They're a little slow on everything because it took a long time to get the last 2 points put up there for Sin.
Let's see here.
Sin to Edwards. Crosby with the ball. Sin drives in, lays it up. She was fouled.
She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Phillips picks up the foul.
That would be Kennedy's first. That should be team foul number 1 on the Aces, I believe. They're giving them.
Missed the free throw. And there's a scrum on the floor.
Another jump ball.
Gonna be Hicksville ball. No, Wayne Trace
I don't think they ever changed the possession arrow from the last time. But Wayne Trace will get the ball.
The scorer's table is going to sleep.
Yep. So they've got Raiders leading 23-16 now. And they still have the possession arrow on the scoreboard indicating that the Raiders will get the next possession. Like I said, the Aces are they've got 2 team fouls on the Aces on the scoreboard and 1 for the Raiders. And I think that should be the other way around. Oh.
Oh.
That'll almost puts it back up.
Edwards with the rebound for the Raiders. The Sin. At the Crosby. Sin jumper, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Edwards.
Should go to the Aces, yep. Under 90 seconds here in quarter number 3.
Mallory Peter in the game for Hicksville.
Phillips will bring it up across half court.
Monroe.
That'll be out of bounds and should go to the Aces, yep. Minute 4 left in quarter number 3.
Monroe inbound. Keysbury. Peter or to Phillips. Nice pass.
Just a little too much on it on the shot.
Used the backboard.
All
Edwards misses the lay-in.
Here comes
Nettle coming out.
And she gets a clean block on her.
Monroe with the rebound.
Lots of shots and nothing going down. The score remains the same, 23-16.
Monroe to Phillips. Mallory. Ooh. Edwards with the ball. Shot from outside by Katie Stoller is no good, and at the end of 3 quarters, it's 23 for Wayne Trace and 16 for the Aces.
Aces outscored them 8-6 in the 3rd quarter. Minute to go here before the 4th quarter gets underway, and that's enough time for us to say another big thank you to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships here in Hicksville, Ohio, our basketball broadcast underwriters. I want to thank them so very much and remind you, whenever you see Aces basketball action on Hicksville Community Television, boys or girls from the junior high all the way through the varsity level, they're the ones that help make it possible. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford right here in Hicksville, or online at jimschmidtauto.com, where you can check out information about both dealerships, their entire inventory, you name it. It's right there waiting for you, just a mouse click away. Want to thank them so very much for their continued support of our Aces basketball broadcasts here on HIX-TV. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick. Jim Schmidt Ford and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Well, Jim, 6 minutes left and a 7-point deficit to overcome. And really, if the Aces could just get a hot streak with their shooting,
yes,
they could very easily close the gap and get right back into this game.
Get a couple trays in a row like they've had.
Yep.
So Phillips has the ball. Pass inside to Eicher.
Stolen away.
Taken away.
And Klima will almost return the favor.
Stole her down inside, and she was fouled.
And that's going to be on Monroe. That'll be her first. Katrina will get the first one.
And the second.
Jump ball, and that'll go to the Raiders.
Another three from Katie Stoller. Mallory Peter gets it back out to Monroe. Maddie Eicher. Phillips. Phillips looking. Back to Maddie. To Phillips. Down low to Klima. Missed the shot. Nice block.
Yep. And they save it on the baseline.
Shot from outside. Stoller misses. Shot from Edwards is no good.
Push off. That'll be on Katrina Stoller. Her second.
Monroe with the ball. Gives it up to Eicher. Eicher is fouled by Katie Stoller.
That's Katie's first. That's team foul number 3, according to the scoreboard. Offensive foul.
Oh.
Okay. That'll be the first on Eicher.
Sin back out here. Pass inside. You traveled.
I'll turn it over to the Lady Aces with 4:02 left in the game. Hicksville down by a dozen, 28-16. They've closed the gap to 6, but they've just not been able to get anything going offensively since then. And it's taken right out of the hands of Maddie Eicher.
Stoller from outside. It's no good. Rebound.
Still loose on the floor. Klima winds up picking it up and losing it again.
Edwards has it. timeout. 30
Timeout
seconds.
for the Raiders, as things are getting kind of sloppy.
Little ragged.
Yep. 3:24 left in the game. A quick 30-second timeout called by the Raiders bench. They're on top of the Aces by 12, 28-16. Both teams with 4 team fouls to their credit. And with this timeout, both teams now with 3 timeouts remaining for the balance of the game. I said, Jim, the Aces came out and they warmed up and they were doing really good and they closed the gap to 6 points in that third quarter, but then it kind of fell off in the last minute or so of the third quarter, and they've really cooled off since then.
Missed a couple easy shots underneath too.
Yep.
So that doesn't help. So Sin's going to inbound it over the other side to Edwards. They got on top. Stoller short.
Gets
Stoller
her own
gets her own rebound. That's in and out. And that Edwards, I believe, yes.
Put back, 35. So 30-16.
Nuttall.
Salisbury.
Klima. Got it.
There we go.
Sin from out here. Too long. It's going to be off of Hicksville. Crosby back in the game, and number 24
is Carly Meade.
Hasn't been on the floor till now. Stoller with the shot. It's no good, and the rebound comes off to Thomas.
She gets it over to Nuttall.
Klima with the ball. Up to Keysbury to Thomas to Keysbury, and she tosses one.
Oh, there we go.
A two-pointer.
Long 2. Now the roster says Meade is a 5'5" freshman, so I think she's maybe grown a little since the start of the season.
And another 3 for Tiffany Sin.
Gives her 10 points.
Keysbury to Serenity. Keysbury is shot.
Oh.
And it goes out of bounds. Wayne Trace ball.
Minute 38 left in regulation.
Oh, we'll just pull the ball out.
Yep. And let the air out here. Burn some time off. Hicksville would need to foul them 3 times to send them to the line to get a shot at getting the ball back. Nope. Well, they'll get the ball back that way.
And Phillips will come back into the game.
Getting ready to check back in also is Whitman. She will come in for Katie Stoller.
Wayne Trace is pulled away without using the press in the second half. There it goes. Phillips.
And 20 seconds left in the game. Wayne Trace Trace is going to be content just to play catch here. Maybe they'll take a shot towards the end, but out of bounds off of Kennedy Phillips.
With 6 seconds left.
Yeah. Keysbury goes in and commits the foul. That's her second, and it's really a purposeless foul, yeah. Two, one, and there we go. Final score for the girls' junior varsity action here tonight. It'll be the Raiders defeating the Aces by 11 when all is said and done. Final score, Wayne Trace 33 and Hicksville 22. Tallying up the unofficial scoring here. We'll jot a few things down here very quickly. And for the Aces, on the losing side, let's see, I had their leading scorer tonight was Maddie Eicher, who wound up with 8 points on the evening. After that, I had Kennedy Phillips with a 3 and a 2 in the second half to finish up with 5. 4 points tonight from Sam Klima. And then 2 points each for Patience Salisbury and Serenity Keysbury. And 1 point off of a free throw for Noelle Nuttall.
Hey, Wayne Trace, Tiffany Sin had 11. Katie Stoller, 5. Katrina Stoller led them with 13. And Sarah Edwards had a deuce, and so did Lydia Whitman for their total.
33, so there you have it. So the Lady Aces will put another one in the loss column in the GMC on the junior varsity side of the slate. And of course, they'll get ready for their next action. The girls after tonight are going to be on the road. As a matter of fact, this is the last home game.
Yes.
So on the road for Eden North Central in Ayersville to finish out the season before heading into the tournament. So with that, we'll wrap things up.
Ayersville's a home game.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the boys.
That's
yeah.
boys.
So anyway, so we may have some senior night or family night stuff going on here this evening. The last home game of the regular season. I wasn't aware of that. Anyway, when all is said and done, we're going to wrap up our coverage here in the junior varsity game, and we'll get ready for the varsity action. And of course, we remind you to check the channel guide, because the program guide. Jim and I will be sticking around, and we will have the varsity action for you as well here on Hicksville Community Television. But with that, we will wrap it up for now. Once again, final score in the junior varsity game here tonight. It's the Wayne Trace Raiders beating the Lady Aces 33-22. For Ben Vandenmoss on the camera and Jim Seiler calling the play-by-play. And a big thank you once again to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships. I'm Bill Murphy, wishing you good night and good sports.